went to Paris this week, and it was really interesting. I didn't remember to take video of a lot of things, but the Eiffel Tower was pretty spectacular. It is so tall, and it takes a long time to get to the top. First, kind of at a diagonal to go up the bottom part, and then straight up to go up to the top. And the views from the top are stunning, like truly spectacular. We did it at night so that we could appreciate the lights and see the city in the most beautiful way, and then the tower itself sparkles, which is just super cool to see. Hi! I have a lot to reply to, and I want to tell you about my trip. I have 3 videos to reply to somehow, even though I only missed 1 week. Because Kate posted right after I posted last time, and then I forgot last week. I have no excuse. It slipped my mind. I was doing a lot of other things. And then this week you posted before me. So it's 3, but it's somehow only 1 week, which is like pretty funny. Anyway, okay, so the background sounds were inaudible, which is often true with you or anyone else. I think technology with videos has gotten so much further advanced since like the beginning days of YouTube, back when it'd be like all you could hear was the computer whirring. Now it's like all of that kind of sound, or fans, or I run my AC a lot in the summer when I'm recording, and it's like you might hear it a little bit, but it's not as bad as it used to be. It's come far. Empty projects on the NaNoWriMo website, yeah, I do that. I have done that too, like several times, or like I'll update on the 2nd and 3rd of the month and then never again. And maybe I'll put in a few words in the actual draft, so I actually did work on it, but they don't get registered on the website. Now that Discord is a thing with NaNoWriMo, I rarely am on the website, because like I remember back in the day being on like the forums and stuff, but now I just use Discord for that. I use the NaNoWriMo website for stats pretty much only now, because back in the day, like you would use the timer on the Nano website, or I would, but now it's like Discord is way easier. Sprinto's great. It's like collaborative rather than working alone, which is really nice. I can hear like background noise, like there's a bag crinkling or something, and it's really distracting. Titles, I think bots scan videos or something, because the one of mine that got the most views relatively recently back in the spring was I used a certain buzzword about a certain virus, and immediately the bots found it. And I turned off commenting for the thing after the first one, but like I could tell the bots had found it. And so it's like, I think they scanned, one bot found that one word, and then immediately it was a whole bunch of like, YouTube gave it the traffic, I guess, which is just a terrible system, because it was like conspiracy theories or whatever. My memory issues with movies are pretty much the same as yours. I've heard it's like an ADHD thing, but I don't know if that's true. Once you can watch it, and as you're rewatching it, you're reminded, and once it's over, it's gone again. Oh, heck yes, exactly right. I learned this week that my memory of French is terrible. Like, I kind of thought I would be able to, like, muddle through it a little bit, and I couldn't. I knew, like, the easy words and everything else was gone. And, like, I don't really blame myself for that. Everybody with me expected me to be able to, like, speak in French. I have not used French for more than 5 minutes in 13 years. And when I did not go to France or do anything like that to stabilize my understanding of the language. I learned from someone who had learned French in Canada and taught us for like 1 hour a day at a high school level in a public school in New Jersey that didn't have a good language program. So of course I didn't remember it, but it made me feel like bad about myself that I couldn't be what they expected I would be. The trip to Paris, I hope I was able to edit this such that at the beginning is the video from the Eiffel Tower. It was a delightful trip. It was my first ever real trip abroad, and I was disgusted by the cigarette smoke in Paris and in Disneyland. But otherwise I had a delightful time. The food was amazing. The pastries and the croissants especially, but a lot of the food was amazing. I am so tired. Yesterday I got home at like 2:30 p.m. I slept from 2:30 to 8:30 p.m. I was awake from 8:30 to 10, and then I slept from 10 to 4. So those two, that's 12 hours. And then I was up from like 4 to 5:30, and then I slept till 7. So it was like combined almost 14 hours of sleep. And I slept through the night in Pacific time, which is great because I was worried that I would sleep through the night in Paris time and not Pacific time, but I kind of did both. So that was great. And I'm really glad to have had my first trip abroad, because I know not everyone's into travel and not everybody has to be, and that's okay. But like I have thought of myself as really into travel this whole time, and I've never been able to do this. So like It feels pretty cool. I'm sorry that your air filter isn't working and that you need one in the first place and that there's all that stuff going on in the air, and I feel like anybody would be struggling with that, but it makes particular sense that you would be struggling more, so I'm sorry it's so bad. Okay, second video. It was funny that you mentioned the video editing software because I just did video editing software like 10 minutes ago in order to make that Paris video, and then I watched your video and I was like, oh hey, small world, we're both doing this right now. I miss when my computer had it, like actually had it, but I've used the phone one before that's like an app, and it's worked pretty well, so I'm hoping that I can make this work for this too. But small world that we both did it like at the exact same time. And I hadn't seen your title before that. The chaotic... Okay, I can read this. Oh, yeah. Your chaotic video where you talked about grinding flour and then you cut it. Like, I deeply understand you. Because I used to have... Like, I sometimes have videos where, like, I'll record it and I'll be like, yeah, okay, I kind of talked about what I wanted to. And then I'll be like, wait a minute, I talked for 5 minutes about one topic that was unrelated to anything and was super random. How, why, what? Like, I get it, because it's like, you think you're going to talk about one thing, you think it's going to be organized, you think you're going to follow notes or whatever, and then it just gets chaotic. But it's kind of fun, because then it's like we understand who each other are in a less formal, less constructed context, so it doesn't feel like I'm presenting a, you know, Instagram approved kind of version of myself to you. It's like, I'm presenting me. You're getting the whole picture of how messy my brain is. And I don't mind when other people's brains are messy, because mine already is. And it makes me feel kind of inadequate when I talk with people who are like perfect. And I know nobody's perfect, but sometimes their like internet persona is like, they exude perfection. And it's like, it's so much easier to talk with people who are chaotic, because I am chaotic and I like chaotic, and I wouldn't want to be anything other than chaotic. And I'm not saying you're chaotic in a bad way. I'm saying just like, the process of video editing on this channel is often chaotic, and I think it's a good thing. And I really hope it wasn't insulting. I'm so jet lagged. I'm not trying to be. I swear. Okay. You ended that video by saying, "Put your face in the camera, people like cats." And my comments in all caps are OMG, LOL, and then heart emojis. Because that was so cute. And I was like, I've done that with my mom's dog, where it's just like, people love you. Let me take pictures of you. I can feel myself getting more jet lagged as I'm talking, even though, like I said, I just slept almost 14 hours. Oh, I've never dealt with this before, because I've never flown further than a 3-hour time difference. 9 is hard. You got through Thanksgiving. Congratulations. That's exciting. I find Thanksgiving to be exhausting. So exhausting, in fact, that across this page, I managed to make it fit. How do you do that? Can you see it? Almost across the entire line. So yeah, so this year I skipped it and went to Paris. And on Thanksgiving itself, which was Thursday, I landed at 2 p.m. and then I went to Disneyland from like 2 to 8 or something, and by the time we got to dinner at 9, I was so delirious. The room was spinning. I felt like I was in a boat in like heavy rocky waters, and it was like everything was like this, and I couldn't make my brain work in order to like basic thoughts. Wow, that's fingers. And I tried to eat dinner at this like nice restaurant, and I ate the appetizer and it was great, and then I only had like 1 bite of the entree and the dessert because I was just too like, I could not get my brain to function. Super fun. Most of the trip was fun, but 5 days with a 9-hour time difference is too short, because I was tired like the whole time, and I kept like, it was getting exhausted from things. Where was I? Oh, NaNoWriMo. Okay, now I'll do that update. I did keep writing. I did not finish, and I'm sad about it, because I had intended to finish, because I finished the 50,000 on the 14th, and I had thought, like, I don't have that much left. I can do it. I wrote 25,000 more words, which brings my total to a cumulative 125,000 words in a romance novel, the goal of which is 70,000. Whoops. And I'm not done. And I had sort of thought, like, oh, okay, well, I won't be able to write in Paris, but I could write on the 29th and 30th. And then I slept through the 29th. And now it's the 30th, and my brain is working approximately as well as I am able to speak right now. So I think writing probably would not be in my best interest, because I wouldn't be able to present it all that well. Okay, Paris. We went to the catacombs, which is like basically a mass grave where they took all the bodies from the cemeteries and put them underground when they weren't able to fit in the cemeteries anymore because there were too many. And it's really like eerie and creepy and kind of wonderful. And I'm not going to share a video from that because I don't know that people would be comfortable seeing skulls and bones, and I don't want to subject anyone to that. That seems like a consent issue in a video. Like, even when I posted on Facebook, I did a content warning because it was like, I know some people don't feel comfortable with that. We had a lot of wine. I live in wine country. Oh! So before I left, I think this is stable. I had a day, a wine country day with a friend, and she got me this super cute mug, and I'm trying not to spill it because it's high. Hugs from Sonoma. Isn't that cute? And then she also got me this pen from the kitschy little touristy store, the same one, and it's an octopus, and I think you can see that. And the one ink is red, and the other ink is purple, and my notes are in red and purple. It was so fun because I thought it was going to be like a black pen, and then I did the thing, and I was like, what? No way. And I was so excited. Anyway, I've lost all thread of human speech. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I had to say, and I can't think of anything. So I think I'm signing off, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week, hopefully, at which point I will be significantly more coherent. Don't forget to be awesome.